everyone, it's Nadya back with a new video. In March, I went on a girls' trip to Bangkok, Thailand with my mom and my grandmother. And it was such a meaningful and special trip as it was my grandmother's first time in Thailand. And I wanted to share how our trip went. So without further ado, enjoy. For day one, it was around 7:30 p.m. when we landed, Bangkok time, as there's an hour time difference with Singapore. We then went through immigration and left the airport by taxi that we booked on Grab to our hotel. We stayed at the picnic hotel for the entirety of our trip and went to check in before heading out to buy our dinner for the night. For day 2 in Bangkok, we had our breakfast at the hotel and walked to the nearest train station afterwards. We took the train, also known as the BTS, to visit Chatuchak Market, which is one of the world's largest weekend markets and where we wanted to go shopping, and was also our first stop to look for souvenirs to buy. It was super hot in Chatuchak Market and we did lots of walking because there was just so much to visit. I mainly wanted to find souvenirs for my journals and found such cute stickers made by locals. After visiting Chatuchak Market, we went to Platinum Mall, had our lunch, and did even more shopping before calling it a day. It was a day filled with lots of shopping. Our third day in Bangkok was one of the most interesting days as we were going around multiple historical sites and learning more about Thailand and Bangkok's history.
And don't get fed up because you paid for it. Am I right?
Our first stop was to visit the Grand Palace and the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. It was incredibly crowded at the Grand Palace grounds as there were so many tourists who were also taking a look at the incredible architecture that the entire grounds had. On top of that, the sun was scorching. I got so sunburned throughout the entire day, but I have no regrets because of these views. It was so insightful to watch everyone dip themselves in holy water using the lotus flower to signify a blessing. Getting to see the Emerald Buddha in real life was so interesting as regardless of the size, it holds a deeper meaning to the people. My first reaction to the Grand Palace was mind-blowing. I was heavily intrigued by the Grand Palace's incredible architecture and it's so beautiful. I couldn't stop taking photos of it. After visiting the Grand Palace as well as the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, our next stop was to visit Wat Arun, also known as the Temple of Dawn. However, I didn't get the chance to film properly as it was incredibly hot. The heat was really getting to us, and I didn't really manage to look around as much. Then we ended our tour at around 6:30 p.m. and we decided to visit a few of the shopping malls such as Central World, Siam Square 1, and do some shopping, of course. Prior to the trip, I had done some research on the stores that I wanted to visit, and many of them were stationery stores, which I loved, as you all should know that I love stationery, and a lot of clothing stores as well that I found really cute, and I wanted to purchase so many things, but I was trying my best to keep myself on a tight budget because I knew that that wouldn't be the last time that I would be shopping in Bangkok throughout my trip. After shopping, we went to Jod Fairs, which is a night market where many vendors are selling either food, clothes, and many souvenirs that you can bring home. Looking around for food options at Jod Fairs, I stumbled across a roti store which sold Nutella roti, which I really loved, and I gobbled it up immediately as soon as it was done because it was just so good.
I was wondering if maybe you'd like to go to the beach and maybe get a coffee.
In day 4, we were up and early and took a tour again, but this time to visit the floating market and the Meklong railway market.
About 2:20 we finish the tour at that time. 这就是我们泰国母亲之河，中文叫湄南河是吧？泰文叫湄南叫พระยา，意思是 enjoy
We firstly visited Damdoan Sudak floating market, where we took floating boats and went around the floating market, and there were many stores and vendors selling all their products and all their souvenirs and food as well. And I found it so beautiful and incredibly interesting to see this because you can never get something like this in Singapore. Afterwards, we made it to the Meklong railway market. It was just before 11 a.m. in the morning, and as you can see in the footage, it was crowded with people and it was really cramped, but at the same time it was so interesting to just see the vendors closing all of their shops and stores and watching the train pass by, and at such close proximity too. I found that incredible, and I think my grandmother enjoyed it a lot, especially since it was her first time seeing a train drive past through a market. Afterwards, that was the end of our tour, but our day didn't stop there. We had some rest at the hotel and went back out again to finish up our day and visited Icon Siam, as our 4th day also happened to be our last day in Bangkok. And to end off our trip in Bangkok, we had booked a dinner cruise and we wanted to kill some time at Icon Siam to have lunch and also just relax before the dinner cruise. While we were having our snacks, we actually talked to a few girls who were on a mission trip in Thailand as well, and we had such an interesting conversation that I really enjoyed, and it shocks to me that I still remember it till this day. Outside of Icon Siam, there was a water light show performance that was so hilarious because so many people kept getting wet by the fountain, including myself, as you can see in the footage. It was such a funny memory to remember. Then it was time to board the dinner cruise that we booked, the Chao Phraya Princess Cruise. It was great to see live music being played, especially this moment with the saxophone and the singer singing. I really enjoyed it, especially the scenic views that I got to see from the dinner cruise itself. The buffet was really good. I really liked all of the options that they had, and I thought it was all delicious. And honestly, I was more focused on looking at the views because everything was so gorgeous, and I think it was just really fun to just spend some time with my mom and my grandmother and just enjoying this girls' trip that we had together. I made the best decision to walk up to the front deck, and it was incredibly windy, which was so cooling, and it was so nice to see the views. And of course, what is a cruise without any kind of party? So it was really fun to see all the guests being so energetic and dancing to a lot of songs. And many of them were Filipinos, so they played a lot of Beanie and a lot of other songs too. And it was just so much fun to see everyone so cheerful and so happy to be where they are. What made the night even more meaningful for me and my mom and my grandmother was that my grandmother joined in the dance. I think she just really enjoyed it. She danced a lot, and my mom and I were so shocked. Overall, it was such a fun day and a great way to end the night and the trip. To end off this vlog, we woke up early and we then headed straight for the airport after checking out of our hotel. Visiting Bangkok was such a fun trip for me and my mom and my grandmother that I don't think I'll ever forget. We pretty much had our lunch as well before our flight. I just can't help but reminisce how meaningful this trip was. I am so grateful that I get to share such incredible memories like this with you guys and document it for everyone to see. Soon enough, hours later, we were then boarded in the plane, ready to head back to Singapore. And I just wanted to firstly thank everyone for watching this video. I hope that all of you enjoyed it. And until then, I shall see you all in the next video.